that's for you.
For me.
You got to butt chug it.
Butt chug it? I think we'll get kicked off YouTube if I butt chug it.
Nope. It's what everybody wants.
How long until you pay off that?
9 million.
My ex-wife just sent in a question.
What did she text you?
She goes, "Did you have sex in prison?"
It's a good question.
Yeah, by myself. Then she said, "Did you meet and marry your ex-wife just to piss off Eddie Sorales?" Which was the guy that was dating my ex-wife when Eddie Sorales was dating her.
She's going
That
deep.
was my
These
boss.
are deep questions.
That was my boss at the
Deep
time.
cuts.
So he's dating this chick, Kayla Burgos, and she comes in and to get a mortgage. She applies for a mortgage. I know he's dating her, but he's also engaged to some chick. So I'm like, I start hitting on her, and she's like, I'm dating Eddie. And I'm like, yeah, but it pisses off his fucking fiance. So I was thinking maybe that's not going to work out for you. So anyway, I keep asking her out. I ask her out like probably 4 or 5 times over the next 2 weeks. And eventually she goes, okay. She goes, yeah, we'll go out. But she was also, turns out she worked at the bank I banked with and checked my bank account and then decided, yeah, I'll go out with you. After she checked how much money I was depositing every month.
Well, that's the best way to
And that's
find
not
them.
just me. She'll tell you that. So I'm just saying, that's.
But did you have sex in prison?
No. Will you stop? Did you have sex in prison? Asshole, shut the fuck up. Then she's pissed off. That's great. I mean, that's what you get. That's what happens.
Everybody wants Danny to shotgun a beer.
There you
Fuck
go.
it. I'll shotgun it.
Are you
Oh!
serious? He's a gang. I didn't even know. What is that? Don't you need a pencil or something?
No, he thumbed it. He's got the
Thumbed
strong
it.
thumb. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what's up. That's the only kind of content you can get right here live on Concrete.
Wow.
He set it off.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
It was good.
No, you good.
No.
What else we got?
Matt, I got another
All
question.
right, question.
Bubby Main,
Oh, Bubby, man.
did you ever utilize the dark web during your times of fraud?
I read that question. No, there was no dark.
That wasn't out back then,
I don't
right?
think there was a dark web. That was back in. I got
didn't
arrested in
think so.
2006, November 16th, 2006.
That was
So-
before the internet,
That was
right?
probably.
Nice.
I don't know.
That's nice. I like that.
Fuck if I know. That was. What do you mean, right? Yeah, sure.
That hurt.
That's fine. I won't come next time.
Fuck if I know. All right, I got another one. Matt, from Michael Rodriguez. Have you ever ran into someone you've scammed before? If so, how did the situation occur and how did they react?
I've never scammed anybody.
Well,
So-
like, what about
well,
the people, like, maybe the names you used?
Yeah, I was
or
just gonna say
houses, or
There was a guy named.
you saw him at, like, the Walgreens.
No, I mean I've never saw him. Like
Shitload of napkins for the crowd.
like there was a guy named Scott Cugno, and I used his identity, and I actually got, like, when I was doing research on my book, I actually got documents in where they talk about talking to him and going to him and saying, they knock on his door and they like show him like the marshals or the FBI, I forget which.
Yeah.
They like show him like my picture. They're like, he's like, that's Matt Cox. They're like, well, he just used your identity to cash like $400,000 worth of checks.
Damn.
And he's like, oh man. So I've always wondered if I bumped into him, what he'd say. You know, like, the
shit.
fuck? Where I'd be like, look, I feel bad.
We got to get him on
because
here.
I
Sorry
knew him.
about that.
I knew him. He was an account rep. I actually, the way I got his information, we'd done a loan for him, so I had his date of birth, social security number. So I had his date of birth, social security number, but I didn't have his mother's maiden name and the place of birth. So I end up saying, hey, so Scott, what's up? How's it going? He's like, oh, what's up? How's it going? I said, hey, I go, Cugno. I go, what is that, German? Is that, and he goes, no, it's English. And I go, oh, are you 100% or whatever it was? You know, oh, it's Scotch or whatever, you know, it's Italian, whatever it was. And I go, oh, are you 100%? He goes, no. I said, what's your mom's last name? He goes, oh, my mom's last name. Boom, just blurts it out. Okay, now I got your mom's last name. And then I go, so were you born here in Florida? And he goes, yeah, I was born right here in Hillsborough County. I'm like, okay, boom. Now I got everything. I got your name, date of birth, social security number, and I have your mom's maiden name. We don't even need to talk anymore. So
You slick son of a bitch.
he actually was telling me a story about how his parents met as I was ordering the documents to steal his identity. I mean, I'm sitting, he's talking to me, and I'm downloading the Hillsborough County application for your birth certificate. I print out that while he's talking to him, I'm filling it out while he's telling me, and he's like, oh yeah, and this and happened. I'm like, that is a funny story. That is a funny story. And I fold it up and I send off the shit. And a week later, I feel bad about that. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging.
bad?
And I liked Scott. Scott's a nice guy.
Great guy.
Listen. It's just the worst. Why do I?
Fuck,
Listen,
I
you know,
love it.
I'm only here. I need everybody to buy a book.
Buy a book.
That's what I
Buy
need.
some
Buy
books.
some
Okay.
books.
I go over all this in my
Product
book.
placement.
I'm
Where do
much
we
more
buy 'em?
eloquent in print, and nobody's
Amazon?
clowning on me. And
Amazon?
Amazon, bro, Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Is it on Kindle?
it's on Kindle, and I have a guy who's turning it into an Audible right now.
Oh hell yeah!
And
But
he's
they want you to
great.
read the Audible.
I
Yeah,
can't,
I've read
bro.
some
I
comments. They want
read-
you to read
I
them.
got a ton of them.
You should read
They
it.
want
I
your
can't-
voice.
Listen,
He can't read.
I
that's the
read like a
problem.
fourth grader.
Yeah, he does.
Have you? Yeah, he's heard me. It's embarrassing. It is. It's bad.
Everybody at this table reads like a fourth grader. You've heard him reading questions and me reading
I mean, I'm
questions.
loaded reading these.
Have some more gummies, dude.
Yeah, it's bad. It's nobody like they're like, oh, it doesn't matter. You haven't heard me read.
You can do it.
You don't know. It's bad. So I can't read the fucking book.
Still,
Not with that
it doesn't
attitude,
even
no.
matter.
Trust me, not with this attitude and the dyslexia.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right.
Let me check on the crab.
Where's my crab?
We got Betcher J. What was his favorite book he has written, and will he be doing more podcasts?
What? One more time.
What is your favorite book you've written?
Uh-huh.
What was the second part?
Will you be doing more podcasts?
Shane is teetering right now. Look at him. Can you zoom in on Shane's face on the camera? No, you can't.
You need a super zoom.
I'm trying to think. My favorite book. Yeah, bro, writing my book was hard. That's hard, like writing it, because
Your own story?
His
Yeah,
own story is
of
definitely
course.
his favorite. Sociopath.
nice. So
Narcissist.
narcissist. Well, sociopath too, probably. But the point is, what's my? You know what? Honestly, I really liked writing because it's hilarious, and everybody that's read it, which has only been a few people, because I haven't like publicized it at all or even mentioned it, is a book I wrote called The Program, which is about me in prison. It's only like 110 pages, but it's on Amazon too.
What's
But
it about?
It's about me being in prison, and it's like the last couple of years I was in prison when I knew I was getting out, and I'm writing a bunch of guys' stories, and I keep going into the drug program so they won't ship me to a camp. Because my mom came over 2 weeks. So the closest, if Coleman, it's a low security place.
Yeah.
And it's only an hour away from Tampa. My mom drove there every 2 weeks. So what happens is I was so close to the door and my points were so low that the BOP kept saying, we have to ship you to a camp. You have camp points. And I kept saying I didn't want to go. Well, eventually they said, we're shipping you. Well, the only way to keep me there at the low was to get what's called a management variable put on you. And they, like if you're in an education program, they won't ship you. So, and they're good for a year. So I say, look, you can't ship me. I'm going in the drug program. I have a drug problem. So, and they're like, well, if you go in the drug program, yeah, we'll have to keep you here. So I go in the drug program, and they put a management variable on me, but it takes a month or so. So by the time when the management variable comes on me, I immediately drop out of the program. It's supposed to be good for a year.
Yeah.
3 months later, they call me and say, look, we're taking the management variable off you. We're sending you to a camp. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? It's supposed to be good for a year. And they go, yeah, but Cox, there's a real push to get you guys like you into camps, and you shouldn't be here. And I'm like, no. I got a problem with drugs. I got to go back to the drug program.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you dropped out. And I'm like, I know, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And, I need to face this. It was so fucking bad. But I mean, I totally put it on.
Sold it?
I sold it. Like, they're like, okay, well, if you really need it, huh? I'm like, yeah, I do. And so I go back in again for 4 or 5 months till they put it back on me, and then I drop out again. But I went 9 months of the program, and the fucking program is hilarious. I mean,
What are you doing?
Because it's not a drug program. It's a cognitive thinking program where they're trying to retrain the way criminals think. So they're trying to fix your criminal thinking. So you have criminal thinking errors or pattern errors or whatever they call them. They're trying to and they try and fix it. So it's a whole program based on it. So I'm there, and these other guys, like if you can go through the program and you can get through and graduate, you get a year off your sentence. But I'm so close to the door, I don't have time to get a year off my sentence. So if I'd gone through the first time, I would have got maybe 6 or 7 months off. And that would have been great, 6 or 7 months. But I was like, look, if I fuck up and go back to prison, I'm going to need that year. I'll go to the program if I come back. If they give me 3 years, I'll go in the program then and get a year knocked off and get 6 months halfway else. I'll be right back out the door. So I'm not going to do it now. What if I have to come back?
Save that one for later.
Right.
So what do they do to alter your criminal cognition or whatever it is?
They have you do things which are called like RSAs, which are oh God, what is an RSA? This is rational self-analysis, where you, as soon as something happens, you go through these steps in your mind. They teach all you think like a normal person. A criminal doesn't think like you do. Like you think if I jumped up right now and said "fuck you" and threw something in your face, you might immediately be like, but before you do anything, you're probably going, okay, what are my my possible choices? If I do this, then the cops come, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. Next thing you know, blah blah blah, and then you immediately think, I have a child, I have a wife, I have bills, I have this. So before you know it, you're like, fuck you, Cox, just get out. But a criminal doesn't think like that.
How does a criminal think?
I'm going to kill you, and fuck the consequences. I'll go to prison. I don't even think about the consequences because I'm going to get away with it. So it teaches them to slow down and calculate all the thoughts that normal people take for granted. These guys, they don't think like that. So they have all these little things that you do, and they go through, why did you commit crimes, or why did you do drugs? So you kind of really get into all the different reasons that you are committing criminal acts. And the other thing is they all held each other accountable. They take everybody that goes to the program and put them in one unit. So you got 150 guys who are all holding each other accountable, which means that if I see Shane smoking pot in the fucking bathroom, then in the morning meeting, there's 150 guys in the morning meeting. We're all sitting there facing each other.
You got to rat each other out.
Right. No, it's holding you accountable. So, because I care about you. I know it seems like the wrong thing to do, but I'm looking out for you, Shane. You're not taking your program seriously. You're not taking your therapy seriously.
I'm sorry.
Right. Well, that's not going to be good enough, bro. So it's got to be more than that. So
I'm really sorry.
You have to stand up, and in front of everybody, they say, "Look, here's what you did wrong. Here's what you're not taking it seriously. You made these errors. You should have done this, and here's what you need to do to correct your behavior." And then they give you assignments. That's what I hated. You want to pull me up and say, "Matt, you were rude the other day. I saw you do this. I saw you do that. You mouthed off to some guy." Okay, fine. That's fine. That's true. But then it's like, basically, to fix this, you need to do this. You need to write a letter home to your family and tell them what you did and that you jeopardized your program and your 1 year off. You need to go around to 5 or 20 different people and get their take on how you behaved. You need to. Next thing you know, you got 5 fucking hours worth of work to do. I'm trying to write a book, bro. I mean, you got me taking classes. You got me in the meetings. You got me doing this. I got to memorize cards. I'm trying to write. Oh, I hated it. But it's comical. Guys get into fights in the bathroom. Guys are fucking swinging on each other. We were there one time. You got a guy who's there for, like, cheating the IRS. Like, he lied on his taxes. He got, like, 3 years. He stands up. He's caught this guy smoking K2 in the bathroom. Oof. Like, twice. Now, this is a guy whose mom is sick, and she's probably going to die if he doesn't get the year off and get out. And he's let everybody know, anybody pulls me up, I'm going to fucking beat their asses. I got to get out of here. But he's also an idiot because he's still smoking K2. So this nice guy who's like a CEO stands up. He's like 60 years old, stands up. This is a gang member, by the way. He's like a Crip or a Blood from Hawaii, who's already been to beaten the state twice on murder charges, happens to be here on a drug conspiracy. He stands up in the morning meeting. I'd like to pull up Mr. whatever his name was. The other night I saw you smoking pot in the bathroom again, or K2, and so he starts giving him the, telling him you got to do this and this and this, and then he goes, and then they have something called damaging consequences. The damaging consequences to your behavior are, and the guy goes, I got your damaging consequences. And the guy's like 6 foot tall, 6'2". He swings on him. He punches the guy. It's like it's chaos. 150 guys are jumping. He's swinging. He's punching this guy. He's hitting this guy. It was fucking hilarious. I mean, I was never in danger. I'm like, I'm 40 feet away. So I'm like, this is great if I wasn't in the mix. So
You're writing the story in your head. While
the whole time I was there, I was like, oh, this has got to go in. I'm
I
taking
can't wait to
notes.
talk about this on a
my
podcast.
God.
So I have all this.
This is in the book?
It's in the book. It's hilarious. Guys are getting caught having sex in the bathroom. Guys are smoking dope. Guys are they're drinking hooch. They're threatening to kill each other. Like I'm gonna have to pull you up tomorrow. He's like, you do that, I'll beat you to fucking death in your sleep, motherfucker. And they're like,
Holy shit.
terrified. They're